Hi, welcome to your fourth visit. In our first three videos, we covered some interesting and important things. We talked about the spine and the musculoskeletal system, how it's made, how it's affected by our modern world, and how it heals, and how the spine and musculoskeletal system have an effect on the other systems of the body. In the second video, we talked about how different people may have different speeds and rhythms in the healing process, and each person is unique. And in the third video, we talked about the holistic effects and how all of the systems of the body and mind are affected by this work. You have experienced a few sessions now, and you may have noticed that during the treatment, you enter into a moderate to maybe sometimes a deep state of relaxation. And you may be wondering, how does this work? How does it work that you can place just a gentle touch or pressure on the outside of my body and my whole internal state changes? And then my whole spine and body are going to change because of this? How does this work? Well, Dr. Barry and I, for many years, studied with Dr. Donald Epstein, who's the founder of Network Chiropractic. And about 25 years ago, in a seminar, we were with a group of hundreds of practitioners, and he was demonstrating on someone. And Dr. Barry raised his hand and he said, "But Dr. Epstein, how does it work?" And he stopped and he looked at us and he was silent for a long moment. And then a little impish grin came onto his face and he said, "I don't know. However, I have some current theories and I'll share them with you." And those theories have changed and evolved over the years. What he was saying was that there is a very real element of mystery in living organisms, in the human body, in how healing happens. And at any point in the evolution of science, we only have a good approximation and an educated guess about what's really going on under the surface. But what we do know is that this is a natural healing approach. And what that means is we're working with your natural healing system. Now, you may not have heard that term before. You have a respiratory system and a cardiovascular system. We talked about some of those. What's a natural healing system? Well, it's different from the other systems in that it's not comprised of a group of organs that's put together with a similar function and called a system. The natural healing system has to do with the mechanisms and the parts of the body and the nervous system that coordinate and orchestrate all of our body's natural rhythms. Every single cell, tissue, organ, and system of our body functions on a basis of natural rhythms, right? What are some of those rhythms? We have a heart rhythm. We have a respiratory rhythm. We have a rhythm involving our brain waves. We have a rhythm that involves levels of hormones going up and down, our metabolism. We have rhythms that occur over a 30-day cycle. We have sleep and wake rhythms that occur over a 24-hour cycle. We have rhythms that are hourly. We have circadian rhythms. And it's really the orchestration, the harmonious interplay and the interaction, the speed and the quality of all of these rhythms that determine our health, that determine how we feel, that determine our vitality, and that determine our ability to heal. And healing is something that goes on inside of us all the time. Our body is always regenerating itself. And so these natural rhythms can be thrown off, can be thrown out of whack and manipulated by all of the different stresses and experiences that we have in life. Imagine this scenario. You're walking through the woods and maybe 10 feet in front of you, a big tree comes crashing down all of a sudden, making a huge noise. Now, it didn't hit you. It didn't touch you. You weren't actually in any physical danger from it. But what happens? You're in all of the rhythms in your body change instantly, right? Your heart rate speeds up. Your breathing becomes erratic and maybe very fast. Your blood pressure goes up. Your brain waves change. You start sweating all of these different immediate physiological and rhythmic changes happen in the body. Well, this is going on all the time in a more subtle way in response to all of the different stimuli that we're exposed to and the thoughts that we think. And it is at this subtle and sophisticated level that we are working with you on. So the touch is being translated into a form of communication and information inside the body, which is allowing you to go into a state during the treatment, that state of relaxation, where your body, your natural healing system, is able to create a reset on all of your natural rhythms. You may notice when you sit up after a treatment, even the first few that you've had, that you feel kind of slowed down, that you feel more peaceful, that you feel more centered and relaxed. That is a change in your natural rhythms. And when you have a series of visits over time, it becomes a more foundational change in your natural rhythms. And your body is learning how to bring you into a reset more and more easily to rebalance you from the inside. And it is those natural rhythms that ultimately are going to determine how you function, how you feel, and how you heal. And we will discuss in some new and interesting information and a little more detail before your progress exam, how this all fits together when we assess the progress that you've made. So thanks so much for listening and have a great session today. And by the way, when you sit up at the end of the session, if you take a moment for yourself and you close your eyes and you move and you breathe a little bit, try to bring your awareness to what feels different in me right now. See if you can be consciously aware of how your natural rhythms have changed. The more that you can bring that to your conscious awareness, the more that it will integrate over time. Okay, thanks so much.